Welcome to Koco's Corner. I'm the huge one, Dave Koco from KocoSports.com or KocoSports.net. It's where the world comes to kick ass, your home for combat sports, and above all, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Sorry that this Impact review is a little bit late. I just finished Lucha Underground review. I was sick. I want to apologize to my co-hosts Boom Boom and Rob as they had planned shows for today, and I was too sick. My health was shitty, but wrestling really picked me up. I thought Lucha Underground was a huge win, and then followed up by Lucha Underground was Impact. Both these guys were on holiday vacation, and both of them came back on a new Impact, came back on a new network. As always, we ask if you watched it, win, loss, or tie, what did you think of this show? Overall, I won't say it was perfect, but in my opinion, it was definitely a win. I enjoyed the show a lot. I thought, it was some of Impact's best stuff, and I enjoyed it. I missed Impact. I know WWE super fans are going to say it sucked. TNA fans are going to say it was the greatest thing ever. But I try to be right down the middle, straight arrow Gennaro, whatever the fuck that means, and I give it a win. Not perfect, but a win. All right, so please in the comments below, put win, loss, and tie. To the Carter family, to my co-host, to the internet infantry, I want to apologize for this being late. I hope that you understand, and for all of Impact Wrestling. All right, I'm getting a little ridiculous now. This is a different show because it's the first time we saw on Destination America. I liked what I saw. I thought it looked crisp and clear. The introduction looked interesting. They're doing a little behind the scenes stuff, and I don't know how. No one's really pulled it off that well, so I wish them luck. But it looked pretty decent. I enjoyed the new logo. They have a new commentary team. So overall, it feels a little bit like a new product. The booking still seems a little bit the same, but it felt like a thing. And the one thing that I like about Josh is he was respectful to the guy he's replacing. And I just thought, overall it was pretty good. I even thought Taz is usually pretty weak on his performances. I thought Taz did a great job. They have to stay in New York. I've been saying this forever, but it's a brand new year, so I might as well say it one more time. All the Impacts need to be recorded in New York, and all the pay-per-views have to be recorded in England or Japan. And the only reason I'm saying Japan is because I live here. But it was pretty packed, Bound for Glory. So I would love to see him be a New York-based promotion for television, and then pay-per-views leave to different countries. Because in the UK, they're crazy over. In Japan, they packed the place. The people there were a little upset that Bobby Lashley or Bobby Roode didn't show up to so-called the biggest event of the year. But as soon as the show started, people forgot about that and had a good time. I know a lot of American fans didn't enjoy that pay-per-view, but the place was packed, standing room only. So congratulations on that. Yeah, I enjoy what I'm seeing. The only thing that scares me, being a little negative here, is I hope the ratings hold up. Because I know WWE fanboys and WWE type people are just going to attack it, and it's going to be a little bit depressing. But I think Destination America, they put a lot of effort into this, and I never heard of the channel before this, so maybe this is a perfect marriage. I just hope that they don't lose too many viewers jumping for channels, which that is not just a wrestling thing, that's a television thing. If you're on Spike and you go to Destination America, it doesn't matter what you do. I mean, even Scrubs had a hard time doing that, and that's a huge show. So I hope it's not too big of an impact, no pun intended, and that they still have the ratings and they keep growing and make profits. But I really enjoyed the show. It starts off with them all going to the arena. It looked a lot better than when the Wolves showed up in England in like a minivan. But it looked really good, And then it had the heels and faces basically on one side. Kenny King throws a cheap shot, and it starts a brawl. I thought the brawl was a bit cheesy, but I think it works. It's a new channel. You're showing heels versus faces. I understand why they did it. And the live audience ate it up. New York City was going crazy for that stuff. And it just led to Kurt Angle coming out. His major announcement is he's going to wrestle again. I think Impact. I don't know. I'm a supporter. I don't want to say I'm a fan because there are some fanboys that just turn a blind eye to their flaws. I don't know if I would say I'm a fan of Impact, but I am a supporter of Impact, and I've been there since day one. And man, the brawl just seemed a bit odd. But the thing that really burnt my ass is that stop with the major announcements. Kurt Angle's major announcement is like, I'm going to be a wrestler. That's horrible. Just stop. Whenever you're going to say, wow, I'm going to do social media. Like, the social media was good. You had the picture of Lashley, and you had the picture of Bobby Roode, and you did what the UFC did. That's good social media. The contract signings, a bit confusing, but it's cool. People talked about it. People shared it. Great at social media. The Kurt Angle one with the major announcement, no. Listen, dear Impact, whenever you feel like you're going to say major announcement, you're like, you know what? I'm going to send out a tweet. I'm talking to you, Dixie. I'm talking to you, Impact staff. I'm talking to you, social media guys. Whenever you're going to send something out, if you send something out where pick one of the other two guys, that's awesome. If you're going to send something out like, ooh, tonight, never, ever, 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 ever again send out major announcement. Like, even if it is a major announcement, let's say you signed CM Punk, Albert Del Rio, Tanahashi, Okada, the whole Dragon Gate roster. Let's say that's your announcement. No, you do not send out a tweet, a social media, a mention of a major announcement ever again. It's embarrassing. This was such a great show. Like, I was excited. I was like, ooh, Impact's coming. Yeah, Impact. Let me go to the fucking website. It's going to be a live show. It's New York City. Fuck yeah. TNA. TNA. Kurt Angle's fucking mug right there. Major announcement. No. My dick went limp. I'm like, dude, are you fucking for real? Stop it. No more major announcements. So after the major announcement, it turns into a street fight. You got Kurt Angle versus MVP. I love both of these athletes. I've been watching MVP. Since he's been down in the Florida Independence. I have watched him in New Japan because I live in Japan. I've watched MVP grow from a guy green as shit on the indies to one of the best wrestlers in the world. Some people don't share that sentiment, but I do. I think that. And then I've seen, like, one of my claim to fames is I was in the building. Last row, I assure you, because I was a poor Marine back then. But I was in the building when Kurt Angle won his gold medal. So to say I've been there since day one, it's pretty safe to say. So I respect these athletes. I am fans of these athletes. Their best days are behind them. The idea of this match was great. The only negative I have is the execution. Just put on gear. Just put on gear. It's just going to happen. All right, put another match on right now for someone who's already in gear and just have these guys wrestle a little bit later. It went from, this is just my humble opinion, hate me all you want. It went from two great wrestlers past their prime in a brawl. That's what I would imagine. To, man, these guys are fucking old. It looked like two old men fucking battling out at a fucking nursing home. And gear that, it wouldn't slow him down. I mean, Kurt Angle's in fucking jeans, for Christ's sake. Come on, dude. It was bad. I respect Kurt Angle. I respect MVP. I respect the booking. Just be in your fucking gear. I mean, you got enough shit slowing you down. Kurt Angle's broke his neck 967 fucking times. So don't need to put him in fucking dungarees. All right, so your winner of the street fight is Kurt Angle. It wasn't that bad, but it could have been a lot better. Bam, moving on. Then you had the tag team championships, the Revolution versus the Wolves. I am a super fan of the Wolves. I know you talk on YouTube. You shouldn't say you're a fan of people. That's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. But I am a super fan of the Wolves. I was rooting for the Wolves. But overall, it was a pretty decent match. New tattoos of the Wolves. I like the Revolution promos, storylines. It does seem like just random guys being thrown together. But out of the random guys, I think James Storm is the king of tag team wrestling. And I also think James Storm can bring these guys together. And I'm hoping slowly but surely it won't feel like 4 guys, but it will feel like a group. I really enjoyed this match. I was just a bit sad that the Wolves lost. And next week they go against the Hardys. And I know I'm going to get heat for every time there's a new listener. Every time there's someone checking out the show for the first time, they're like, I fucking hate you after I say this. I'm not a fan of the Hardys at all. I do not enjoy the Hardys. I don't hate them. I used to hate them. The Young Hardys I hate. Hardys about 2 years ago. My level of the Hardys hatred has dropped, but I'm still not a fan. And I'm afraid that my beloved Wolves are going to lose. And they also had some pretty sweet new tattoos. It looked like a wolf scratching them across their chest. I thought that was pretty cool. But overall, it was a pretty decent tag team match, but I'm just a little heartbroken because I'm a fanboy of them. Then it came out to EC3. EC3 to me is just sports entertainment, what sports entertainment should be. I think he just works the crowd really well. He's very entertaining. I'm kind of pissed off that him and Spud ain't side by side because they were just comic genius. But Ethan Carter III comes down and beats up Spud, or, fucking what's his new name? Sorry about that. Tyrus? Yeah, Tyrus. Tyrus just beats the fuck out of Spud, brings him down to the ring. Jeremy Borash is a great fucking guy. Jeremy Borash has met me at different levels. Sometimes I'm the host of a radio show. Sometimes I was a host of a TV show. Sometimes I just ran the back. And a lot of people in radio and television, when they work for networks, they see how they treat everyone. And Jeremy Borash has always treated me, no matter if I was fucking the guy getting people coffee or the guy asking the questions, Jeremy Borash always treated everyone with respect. But holy shit, they were only off air for like 2 weeks. I saw him in Japan a couple months ago. Did he just fucking turn 900 years old? What the fuck happened to Jeremy Borash? He's old as shit. Nothing like saying the guy's the nicest guy in the business and then say he's old. I don't know. But he comes out and Spud is about to get his head shaved. And Jeremy Borash, he stands up to him. This is one of those, the camera fucked up. I don't know if they fucked up on purpose. But Jeremy Borash slaps EC3 and the camera was on Tyrus's cock. I was like, oh, nice cock. Nice cock there, fucking Tyrus. Can we see the action, please? So it was just a little slip up on live television, but they covered it up pretty well, and EC3 sold it. And then Tyrus beat the hell out of Jeremy Borash, and he took one hell of a fucking splash in the corner, and then they shaved his head. And Spud really takes his friendships and kayfabe storyline wise. Spud takes his friendships really seriously. He was getting an emotional wreck over that. All right. Then you have X Division champion Low Ki versus Austin Aries. I was a bit confused because I read a presser in Japan that Low Ki is coming to New Japan, and New Japan and Impact hate each other. And they did a great job of putting Low Ki over. They did a great job of doing the X Division because I'm under the impression on a new network, you're probably going to have some new fans. I could be wrong, but that's the impression I'm under. And Low Ki loses this. It was a pretty decent match. I've seen better out of both of them. I've seen better out of the X Division, but I really enjoyed the match. And Austin Aries wins. He's the new champion. And I thought that's all we see of Low Ki. Low Ki's headed to New Japan. Again, New Japan hates Impact for the best of my knowledge. So we'll talk about that later. But Austin Aries is the champion, and I hope they get younger, quicker, faster guys. I'm not saying Austin Aries is slow. I'm just saying he doesn't work the X Division style as much as he used to. I think that's a nice way of saying he's slow. Low-key did a great job, and the crowd was really into it, and they were doing it. And the video package really put over the X Division, and I hope that they focus on the X Division because it was one of my favorite things about TNA. All right, and now this one. What a day for women's wrestling. Great women's wrestling on Lucha Underground and some decent women's wrestling under here. You had Tara Terrell versus Gail Kim versus Havoc versus Velvet Sky versus Angelina Love versus Rebel versus Madison Rayne in the Knockout Championship Battle Royal. They had the fucking DJ guys get back together with the beautiful people. Robbie E, that's the guy. Brooke Tessmacher returns and attacks Robbie E ringside. Overall, it was a pretty decent match. Taryn Terrell does win. And then, I apologize, Havoc just starts beating the living shit out of her. The lights go out, right? The lights go out. And I kid you not, I was just sitting there. I didn't read spoilers. I didn't know what was fucking going on. And I was like, oh, that'd be so cool if it was Awesome Kong. I didn't believe it was going to be Awesome Kong. I am a huge Awesome Kong fan. I've seen her wrestle in Japan. I've seen her as Karma, amazing, awesome, all different types of Kongs. And, man, when the lights turned on, I went from a sarcastic, cynical asshole. Lights go out. And I'm like this. I'm like, all right, who's it going to be? Imagine it was Awesome Kong. Yeah, right. It's not going to be Awesome Kong, you fucking idiot. That's how I went as a cynical asshole. The lights turn on. It's Awesome Kong. And this is the most I fucking ever popped for a woman returning ever. I've been saying for a year, 2 years now, the women's division, whoever has Awesome Kong has the best women's division. I believe that. I'm a huge, huge fan of Awesome Kong. And when the lights turned on and it was Awesome Kong, it's the most that I've been excited for an American woman wrestling moment and probably forever, maybe ever. I mean, I was really pumped up over Awesome Kong and Gail Kim main eventing an Impact a couple years back. But to me, oh man, I just can't wait. And then they had the Havoc, Awesome Kong stare down, and Havoc back down. I just thought it was awesome. The New York City crowd was into it. And I think this was the moment of the night. You know, there was a lot of great moments, a lot of great matches, but to me, at the end of the day, what I was like, got up and fucking cheered, popped, was excited, was the return of Awesome Kong. Great job, Impact, keeping that a secret, and that was way bigger and better than your fucking major announcements. More Awesome Kong, less major announcements. I mean, and all that, but you turned off the lights. There's like, Sabu here? Hello, Sabu? And fucking Awesome Kong appears. I just fucking marked out for that. I don't know if people shared my joy in it, but I've loved Awesome Kong forever. And not only that, but I think Boom Boom will be more happy about hearing this because I've mentioned Awesome Kong on our podcast at least 976 times. If my wife leaves me and Awesome Kong will have me, I would marry Awesome Kong. I believe she's just an amazing athlete, amazing entertainer, and I'm so glad she's back. And behind the scenes, she's the sweetest freaking person you could ever meet in your life. I mean, she just talks to you, and you're like, I'll marry you right now. I love you, Awesome Kong. All right, we're getting a little ridiculous now, but it was such a great moment. And then they tried to repeat the moment, and there you had Lashley versus Bobby Roode. You had Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode was crazy over, and Bobby Roode, I think, is one of the best in the business. I think he's probably the best wrestler in TNA. I just think he's got everything going for him. I think he's got the total package. Now you have Bobby Lashley with MMA hype. You also have the one thing about Bobby Lashley, he's not going to give you 5-star matches. He's not a great wrestler in a certain sense. He's not going to be, if you make a top 25 list of in-ring performers, Bobby Lashley's not going to be there. Top 50? Probably not. Top 100? I don't know. Are we counting overseas wrestlers? But there's one thing Bobby Lashley does well. He hides his weaknesses. Bobby Lashley goes into that ring knowing he's not the best professional wrestler. but he knows what his strengths are. He knows what his weaknesses are, and he hides his weaknesses. So many pro wrestlers on the indie level, fuck, that's not even fair. Even on the WWE level, there's so many wrestlers that can learn from Bobby Lashley. He's not the best wrestler in the world, but he is amazing at hiding his weaknesses and making him look strong. The match was a bit slow, yet still entertaining. And your winner is Bobby Lashley. It's best of 3. Bobby Lashley gets the title back. They did a great job hyping this up. They even showed part 1 and part 2. They did a great job on social media. I don't think the match lived up to the hype, but I don't think anyone was expecting it to live up to the hype. And at the very end, MVP and Kenny King come down and attack people, and then they have 2 masked guys. They unmask as the Dream Team. Samoa Joe, which I'm a huge fan of, even before he tweeted about our blog and podcast. Samoa Joe and Low Key, which I named the Dream Team. I thought it was a bit odd, but still awesome. I'm like, huh? That's cool. Like, that was my reaction. And then the real big turn is Eric Young runs down to the ring with a chair. He's stopping everyone from getting involved. And Bobby Roode, he's wearing even an It Factor shirt. And then Bobby Roode doesn't expect it, and he gets fucking beat with a chair by Eric Young. The fans bought into it. They were just like, they're the heels, boo. New York City crowd was absolutely amazing, helping this odd but cool storyline. So, I don't know, could you be odd and cool? I don't know. But the New York City crowd really helped it get over. Bobby Lashley hits the spear, 1, 2, 3. Bobby Lashley's the new champ. And Eric Young, Samoa Joe, Low Key, Kenny King, and MVP are heels. And I imagine Bobby Lashley's going to have to turn face. They got too many great wrestlers in that faction, and they seem to be really heel-heavy now. And Bobby Lashley has been hinting throughout the last shows, and even this show, that he's like, hey, I don't want none of your shit, MVP. So it'll be interesting to see where it goes. It is a storyline. It is a bit I didn't see it coming because it's weird, but I want to give it time. All the athletes involved are there. I could see Samoa Joe, Low Key being great heels with Kenny King and MVP. Eric Young, I don't know. That's the question mark. Eric Young is such a lovable character, such a great face. Seeing him as heel is going to be an interesting couple weeks. As of right now, I give it a win. But I could see this storyline turning south. But as of right now, I want to be positive, and I really enjoyed this show. So in the comments, put win, loss, or tie. We'll check it out. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Go and check out comments. At KocoSports, he's talking about John Jones. Boop. All right. And anything? Yes. All right. Phew. Nothing's more embarrassing than having a show and then no comments to go to. You're like, I'm going to go to the comments. Oh, there is no comments. I'm an asshole. All right. Rick 1982 and Ewok, thank you for not making me look like an asshole. All right. Ewok says, are you planning on doing a fantasy league for TNA? I could watch it live as I couldn't find a stream. Maybe you should check out KocoSports.net. I don't know if it worked or if there was one, but allegedly there might be. It'll be harder to follow. The people take it down. FWL points can't watch it. No, there won't be. I think there's we decided there's going to be a TNA round for fantasy wrestling. Ewok says win for me. Please, in the comments, put win, loss, tell me what you thought. And Rick 1982, last year's king of pay-per-view profits, says Impact Wrestling was a win. The matches were great, and it was great to see Awesome Kong back. That's what I'm talking about. I think Awesome Kong was the best part of the show. To me, that was just absolutely amazing. I hope they keep it up, and they have a lot of content on Destination America, including they had a marathon today. So, man, I don't know. What a great Wednesday for pro wrestling. Lucha Underground was amazing. Impact was amazing. I'm giving them both wins. I enjoyed both shows. Please like, comment, subscribe, and also check out KocoSports.net, KocoSports.net. It's our blog. Jerry O'Neill, Scott Adams, David Cooey are busting their ass trying to make it better and better. Everyone's talking about the John Jones situation. So you can check that out. Congratulations on Lashley winning the title. And also Austin Aries won the title. But to me, the biggest moment of the night, besides, Impact being back, of course, was Awesome Kong coming back. All right. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out KocoSports.net. And with that, and a special thank you to Rick and Ewok for leaving comments. And with that, I am over.